Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Tuesday, September 24th, 2024. So, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword on a day where there's several 24s.
Yes, September 24th, 2024. You are quite right. Mm-hmm. And did this crossword make your heart go all a pitter-patter?
I don't know about that, but I did like it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the theme was extremely clever.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was an enjoyable solve.
I was referring, of course, to one of your idols who happened to appear in the grid.
My idols?
One of your idols, yes.
Would that be 65 across?
65 across. Yes, that was one of the themed answers. Kansas City star TRAVISKELCE.
That's right.
And I figured the name TRAVISKELCE would just make your heart go all pitter-patter.
Oh, no, not really.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not really. But I am a great fan of his team, the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's too bad they couldn't have worked Taylor Swift into the crossword as well. Maybe on the opposite side.
Yes.
With a bunch of line.
Or, like up at high, like she's up in the stands.
Yes. Yeah. And he's down being beaten up. Except not usually.
But no, that didn't really cause my heart to flutter. But
okay. But
it was still nice to see Travis has made the New York Times.
Yes, that is a debut.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, very good. So I hear he's on a television show now too.
Well, but that pales in significance to being in the New York Times crossword.
Well, of course. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I did not know how to spell his last name.
Oh.
It took me quite a few tries to get it.
Oh, really?
Sure, because Kelsey, I figured, first I thought maybe it was Kelsi and then CY, but it was KELCE.
That is correct.
I was sort of surprised by that.
Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And yes, he was one of the themed clues. The theme was the themed clues were names of newspapers, but they were written in such a way that they were also crossword clues that would point to a certain person or thing. For example, 17 across was Washington Post, and the answer to that was Valley Forge,
right? Which,
of course, is where George Washington's army spent the winter. So I guess it was kind of an army post.
A Washington Post.
In Washington, yeah. Of Washington, I guess I should say. And then the next one was 31 across, San Francisco Examiner. And that was 49er, who examined a lot of
gold samples?
Gold samples, or dirt and rocks, in order to find gold. The third one was 49 across, Boston Herald, and that was Paul Revere,
sure,
who heralded the notice that the British were coming. And then finally, we did have the Kansas City Star, which is a great newspaper in Kansas City, and the answer to that was, of course, TRAVISKELCE.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It could have been any of the Chiefs, though, because they're all stars in my book.
Well, they had to get this one to fit, so it couldn't have been Patrick Mahomes. I don't think that would have.
It could have, yes. So, although they have been criticized, they're not playing well, and even Patrick Mahomes said they're not playing well. However, they are 3-0.
Well,
so they must be doing something right.
Maybe they're not playing well, but they're still looking good in the crossword.
Looking great.
One subtle point about the clues for the themed clues is that the names of the newspapers were not capitalized.
Right.
So you had Washington Post, lowercase p, which was Valley Forge, and all the way down to Kansas City Star, but the star wasn't capitalized.
No.
So it made more sense in terms of the answer. It was more literal.
Yeah. They turned the newspapers into clues that would have answers like we just went over.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And this was by Kevin Shalito, and this was a debut for Kevin.
Wow.
Well done.
Very well done.
Yeah, I thought there were lots of great clues here. One across, bread served with baba ganoush was pita.
Yes.
And we've seen that clue before, I think.
We have?
Because that's a name that's hard to forget.
Well, yeah, it does look familiar.
I'm not sure what the context was, but I just love the name baba ganoush.
Baba ganoush. Mm-hmm.
We had 5 across, consent to, and the answer I thought was going to be agrees, but it was a seed.
A seed, yes.
And I thought agrees would have worked in terms of, singular versus plural here, or tense, I guess, because if you consent to, well...
Agrees to.
Should it have been agrees or should it have been agreed?
Yeah, it would depend on whether it was a singular or plural.
In any event, the correct answer was a seed, so...
Yes. Who was agreeing.
Right.
So,
We had 15 across, like the Bosporus, notably narrow.
Yes.
That was tricky.
Yes, it was.
I'd forgotten that the Bosporus was narrow. In fact, I forgot that the Bosporus was anything at all that could be deemed narrow. I take it it's a river.
I guess so.
It sounds like something that could explode if you, I don't know.
Bosporus?
The Bosporus. Maybe
Yes.
I'm thinking of phosphorus.
So, well, whatever it is, it's narrow.
Apparently it is a sea strait. So I have to apologize to all the people who live on the Bosphorus.
Well, now we know.
It is a sea strait. Okay. Got it.
All right.
One day I hope to travel there and verify that for myself, but I guess that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I liked 8 down, like a drive in the woods, and that was errant.
Yes.
So
that was pretty good.
I was thinking a drive in the woods, pleasant, leafy, shady. No, we're talking a different drive here. Errant.
Yep. We had 12 down, Bronco or Beetle, and the answer was Auto.
That's right.
That was pretty good.
Yep.
A 19 across was, I don't know, it's sort of puzzling. Sampled a beet, say, 8.
Yes.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
It makes sense.
You could have put any food stuff whatsoever in there, and I'm not sure why they chose beet.
No, I'm not sure either. But
Possibly for the amusement factor, and it definitely worked.
it wouldn't have worked with me because I do not eat beets. I don't really like them.
They're my favorite.
Oh, really? You never told me.
Now you know. We had
Beets tomorrow, then.
excellent. I like my borscht served cold. 41 across in square brackets. Not my typo was sick.
Right.
I thought that was grand.
Yeah, that was a very good clue. A very good clue. And this brought back memories. 52 across. What baking soda and vinegar simulate in a classic science fair experiment? Lava.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
I mean, I know it would sort of spill over, but shouldn't it be more orangey? I mean, it would just be.
It's a science fair experiment.
Well, I want it to be, realistic. I want some verisimilitude here. I don't see if it's, because I assume it's going to be sort of white.
Yeah.
You get the baking soda, and I don't know if the vinegar is going to change it. So
It is. I don't know. Maybe you could add food color to the vinegar.
that's what I would do. That's how I would get that award-winning science fair competition.
But it's like every science fair I've been to, at least one person does the volcano model.
Let's see. We had a 64 across was one of 20 quadrillion worldwide per a recent estimate. Ant.
And is that the first thing you put?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I think I was working in the crosses at that point because like 57 down was Sicilian volcano, which had to be Etna.
Right.
It has probably appeared in the crossword, I would imagine as many times as there are ants.
Not quite 20 quadrillion, but quite often.
796 times.
Oh my goodness.
Which is pretty frequent.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's not in the quadrillions.
Wow, but almost 800 times in the New York Times crossword.
I still want to know how they counted the number of ants. They counted 1 square inch and then multiplied by that. That's probably it.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. How would you do that? Because there are certain places where ants would probably not exist, like Antarctica. but
it's got the name ant right in the name. How could there be no ants at Antarctica?
Well, there's only one in the name.
That's true.
So, but yeah, that would be kind of a challenging research project.
How do you come down on the controversy that is 43 across? Pie variety whose pronunciation inspires debate. Do you say pecan or however else you say it? Pecan? No, that can't be right.
Pecan or pecan or...
That's the only way it can be said, as far as I can
guess that's the way I always say it, pecan.
Yeah.
But maybe pecan. I guess pecan or pecan. You could say pecan pie or pecan pie.
Pecan?
So.
How about piquant? Can there be a pecan pie and a piquant pie? And quit peeking at my pecan pie. We can have a lot of fun with this, but we won't get any closer to the resolution of the question. How do you pronounce it?
Well, I think probably either way is acceptable.
So if anyone says
potato.
If anyone says it other than pecan, drop us a line with your pronunciation. We'll take it as like an MPEG or something like that. Just
yeah, I don't know what the differentiate. Sometimes people in the South say things different than people in the North. Is this a North-South thing, or is this an East-West thing, or is it generational? I'm not sure, but
well, of course, in Canada we say pecani.
Oh, you do.
Yes, we do.
But I thought it was pecane.
Just when no one's listening. You're right, pecane. That's definitely how we say it. Yeah, That's why we never are able to order any in a restaurant. Yeah. They don't understand what we're asking for. What do you want? Get out of here. We don't sell any pecanes. 24 across was, let's see here.
24 down.
I'm sorry. Yes, 20. That's why I couldn't find it. 24 down was RISD grads degree, MFA.
Yes.
And I figured, okay, RI, I deduced was Rhode Island, and I decided that S was state.
No. School.
Oh, it's not.
School of Design.
Oh, okay. Because I was going for Rhode Island State University.
I'm not sure what the RI stands for, but I was pretty sure SD stood for School of Design.
I think RI is Rhode Island. I believe SD is South Dakota, and they've got like a really interesting commute.
I'm sure.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, they have the sciences in Rhode Island, and then they have to go for the arts, South Dakota, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Right. No, it's Rhode Island School of Design.
Okay. Yeah.
I when I first was just looking at the initials and trying to come up with it, I thought it was going to be School of Drama because it was MFA, but Master of Fine Arts. But I guess fine arts covers a lot of territory.
That's true.
71 across was great. Southwest Forecast for short, ETA.
Yes. That got me. I didn't even think of that. I'm like, oh, Southwest, the airline, yes.
And an answer that I knew immediately, but just felt, actually, I guess there was like a fraction of a second as I was parsing it, 4 down, what someone counting sheep wishes to be. It's like, someone counting, they wish to be asleep.
That's right.
I just like that one. Were you annoyed at the slang from 29 down? Very in slang? Hella?
Oh, I wasn't. I just was like, oh, it's another one of those words that you just can't finish. That's not really a word. A word in the crossword that's not really a word. Hella.
But it's sort of more than hell. It's hella. So.
But I think it's short for hell of a. It's just hella.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, they didn't have time for the of.
No, that's right. It's one of those truncated words that mean something different. But no, I wasn't offended. But it's just like, oh, there's another one of those, like spose and ridic, like we learned last week.
Ridic, yes.
Ridic, as in ridiculous. So more of the crossword just becoming non-words.
A little bit of the crossword. 62 down was org for the SEC and ACC. And I saw SEC and I thought Security and Exchange Commission.
Oh.
And so I could see, it looked like it was going to be NCAA or NCAA, I guess as they'd say it.
Yes.
But it's just like, I didn't believe it. But
It's the Southeast Conference and the, I can't think.
American Central?
Collegiate Conference
Oh,
or
okay.
something. I can't remember, but yeah, they're different.
Well, I'm surprised that SEC isn't more widely recognized as Security and Exchange Commission. But
Well, I'm sure it is by some people.
I guess it's a matter of context. Anyways, this was a grand crossword. Again, a debut by Kevin Shalito. Well
nice.
done, Kevin.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's it for the crossword, but it is Tuesday, which means it's time for Triplet Tuesday.
Do, 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 do.
In fact, not just an ordinary Triplet Tuesday, this is our Triplet Tuesday contest.
Do, 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 do.
And so we hope that everyone here is ready to play along. So what we're going to do this week is Jean, who will be answering the questions, will not be blurting out the answer in record time as she usually does.
No.
Instead, she will be writing it down on a piece of paper, which she has arrayed before her. And I will just say something, and then we'll move on to the next clue, and we will read all three clues. Your goal, participant to be, is to write down what you think is the right answer and let us know on what clue, after you've answered all the clues to the best of your ability, let us know how many times it took you to answer each and the total. So if you got the first, let's say the first set of clues in 3, and the second set of clues in 2, and the third set of clues in 1, you would report the number 6.
That's right.
And we will be picking the person who gets the lowest score, or if there's a tie, we will be drawing at random.
But you have to score at least a 3, right? If somebody says, I score 1,
Yes.
we're not going to give you the prize.
If you're able to guess the answer before, actually, if they're able to guess the answer before I read the clue, that would be a demonstration of either they're having hacked my computer or ESP, both of which would be quite interesting.
Yes.
In any event, here we go.
Okay.
I hope everyone's ready at home, so get ready, put your thinking caps on. Now, cause of some unwanted expansion.
Cause of some unwanted expansion.
Yes. Right.
Ooh.
Well
got it.
done. Okay.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Listeners, want you to know, Jean already got it. Here is the second clue, like some paychecks. All right, ponder that one for a moment. And finally, your third clue, blank Tuesday, Mardi Gras.
Okay.
I am impressed that you got that first one. I was not expecting that.
No.
All right, here we go. Your second set of clues. Everyone ready there? And just a brief reminder, we're looking for a 3-letter answer. This is Triplet Tuesday, so if anyone's tuning in for the first time, your answers have to be 3-letter answers. Okay, here we go. Cool in slang.
Cool.
No, that is incorrect.
Oh.
Going green. She's thinking it over, listeners. We hope you are doing the same.
Okay.
No. All right, here we go. Blank, be home by Christmas.
That is not the melody for that. But...
And you are correct.
Whoa.
Got it in 3.
That's kind of surprising.
So, listeners, again, write down the clues you got for that set of three, or write down the answers you got for that set of three clues, and let us know how many clues it took you to get the right answer in total. All right, here's our third set of clues. First clue is with.
Is what?
With.
With, like?
With.
Spell that.
W-I-T-H. With.
With. I'm kind of drawing a blank here.
Okay.
Hang on. With.
Nope. All right, your second clue, PBJ filling.
PBJ. Oh, I know what it is.
Righto.
All right.
And your third clue is an ampersand. All right.
Okay.
Well, Jean got, let's see, the first you got in 1.
Yep.
The second you got in 3.
Yep.
And the third you got in 2. So that would give you a score of 7.
No, 6.
What? Did I just add that wrong? You got the
1, 3, and 2. 6.
6. Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to be cheating you.
You can't get a 7 in Triplet Tuesday. Well, I guess you could. The max would be 9.
Max is 9.
Yeah, I guess you could get a 7. Yeah.
Yes. You could get a 2 and a 2 and a 3, for example.
That's true.
Or a 2 and a 3 and a 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, well done. And listeners, we want to know how you did. Again, drop us a line. Let us know what your, we're curious to know what your answers were for all 3 sets of clues. But what we're really interested in is the total number of guesses it took you to get the right answer for each.
And we should probably tell them the right answers.
Oh, should we?
Of course. So
Is
how
it
will
safe?
they know if they got it right?
All right, cover your ear. No, is it safe? I guess it's safe to do it now. So the answer to the first set of clues, cause of some unwanted expansion, like some paychecks, and blank Tuesday, Mardi Gras, the answer was fat.
F-A-T.
F-A-T. The second set of clues, cool in slang, going green, and blank, be home by Christmas. I know, I don't have the melody right, do I? Anyways, the answer was ill, I-L-L.
Or aisle.
Or aisle, but there's no apostrophe in the crossword, so it's ill. Mm-hmm. And finally, with PBJ filling, and the ampersand, the answer was and.
That's correct.
So fat, ill, and. Let us know how you did in this Triplet Tuesday contest. We do have a little bit of listener mail. I think we'll read one today and the next day after.
Okay.
So this is from Robert, and it is the Shawshank Redemption and NWA. Hi, Gene and Mike. The surname Dufresne from Shawshank is pronounced Dufresne. Oops. Let me try that one more time. The surname Dufresne from Shawshank is pronounced Dufresne. I believe it's French. Mm-hmm. The movie is adapted from a Stephen King short story and is regularly ranked as one of the greatest American films of all time. If you haven't seen it, you should correct that. NWA does indeed stand for something, but I got very nervous as Gene was looking it up. It's N-Words with Attitude, but without the euphemism, and is the pioneering hip-hop group where Dr. Dre and Ice Cube got their starts.
Yes, I saw that.
So it really is famous. There's a movie called Straight Outta Compton. I did remember that title, and I was somehow associating it, but now I know how. There's a movie called Straight Outta Compton from 2015, which covers their formation, rise, and infighting that led to their breakup in the early 90s. Been listening to the podcast for a few years, and this is the first time I've felt compelled to write in, but I'm sure you got a ton of email about these already. Robert from Austin, Texas.
Yep.
How cool it is that we've got listeners in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that, Robert.
Yes, thank you, Robert.
For explaining how to pronounce Dufresne and about NWA. Mm-hmm. And we've got one more email, but I think we'll hold on to that till tomorrow.
Okay.
So that is it. Thanks for participating in the Triplet Tuesday contest, everyone. And we will be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye bye.